So with Jim Comey being indicted, everybody knows that this is just about Donald Trump on his revenge tour, weaponizing the government, and even Fox News had to admit it.
Let's not mince words here. I say this as a former Justice Department reporter. This was completely and totally orchestrated by President Trump. He says he's leaving it to justice, but he very much out in the open. Remember, he fired his own appointee as U.S. attorney in that part of Virginia because he didn't think there was enough evidence to bring this case. Brought in White House aide, his former defense lawyer, whose job was to get this done, and apparently that has worked. I think we've become inured to this, but in previous administrations, any hint of contact within a criminal case would be a scandal on its own. And so President Trump, by the way he pulled the strings, has gotten his way with this initial indictment.
Yeah, and again, like with the Jimmy Kimmel thing, all of this it's all just out there. You don't need the Washington Post to meet in the substructure of a parking garage. It's just they did it on social media, basically in every case. This is how stupid our scandals are. I used to all the King's Men, Spotlight, stuff like that. Now it's just, the Trump administration hack goes on a grifter's podcast and just says their corruption. And that's what it is. It's all just out there. Here's the literal Truth Social message that Trump sent to Pam Bondi to do exactly this. Get Lindsey Halligan in and indict Jim Comey. That's all it is. There was a few. That's not the one I was thinking of. But anyway, yeah, it's just all explicit, and Fox can't even hide it. He's right. This would have. Feel free to check me, Brett. You're willing to disagree with me if you think I'm going too far. A couple decades ago, this would have ended administration, right?
Yes.
If you just fire somebody from the DOJ, put one of your own personal lawyers in, tell them on social media. Maybe it would have been MySpace at that point. Indict this guy that bothered me years ago, and then they do it based on absolutely nothing. That would be it. And granted, by the way, although this is the most transparent corruption, I think, I don't think it's the most important corruption. It's scary, but the $2 billion that was given to World Liberty Financial or whatever it is by the UAE or something, it's the sort of thing that I think also should take down a presidency when the United States government is handing over benefits to foreign nationals in exchange for multi-billion-dollar investments in their own private business enterprise. Again, it's super strange that was not even a full news day worthy of a scandal. And now we're on to Jimmy Kimmel, we're on to this because every day there's a new assault on even the most basic democratic norms or standards. Right? What do you think?
Yeah, it's stupid. That's the thing is I don't, as a consumer of media, as a person trying to get through life, what it does is it's just numbs you, right? I think another thing that some people might not really wrap their minds around is let's say there was a football team and they got a new coach and they fired the other coaches and brought in a bunch of assistant coaches to execute the head coach's game plan. That's fine. You can do that. But that team is not the US government. Most of the US government is intentionally difficult for a president to sway. Now, he has crazy amounts of power. I worked for a very insane, took a summer job in college at the Hoover Institute, and I worked for a very insane judge who argued two things: A, teachers are evil, and B, the president can do pretty much anything. And he was right that there's a lot of power in the executive branch. But that's not enough for Trump. Trump wants to take the parts of the government that George Washington and company designed to prevent someone like this from doing stuff like this. He wants to take those over. He is a test for the strength of the Constitution. It's not that there's a lot of stuff that other politicians have done to screw up the system, but really, Donald Trump is the kind of person that the founding fathers designed our entire system to prevent him from taking over the way he's trying. And it's up to us to fight over this weird pace and mind-numbingness and blitzkrieg of our senses and stand up to him and be like, no, you can't do that. And also, why would you want to? You're annoying.
Yeah, and I think that their system would have worked, except it relied on other people. Like Trump couldn't have done almost any of this if you had even a weak Republican Party who wouldn't have given him Pam Bondi and RFK Jr. and Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. They should have been like, no, like we still have to run an actual government. You can't just put in podcasters and Fox News hosts. If the Supreme Court wasn't bending over either forwards or backwards for him, a lot of this would have already been overturned. That's the issue to me. It's like it was always possible that we would get like a proto dictator or whatever, but they could have been shut down. It's just that the media capitulated, the financial elites capitulated, Congress and the Supreme Court have all capitulated to him. And now the bigger media companies are as well, law firms, universities, basically everybody.